So you can convert a fraction to a decimal, and you can convert a fraction to a percent. If you start out with a fraction, you can get to both of these things. Let's go with, what if I have a decimal? Can you take a decimal and make it a fraction? You can. What is the decimal 0.7? How did you figure it out that it was 7/10?
Yeah. I mean, or I can do it. I know. You read it the correct way.
Read it correctly.
I told you. I know.
If you have 0.7, 0.7, if you read it correctly, is 7/10.
But what if it's like 1.345678?
Because, do you remember our rules back here, converting and ordering fractions and decimals? Page 9, right? We talked about reading it correctly. That's how you do it. You read it correctly. If you have a decimal, can you take that decimal and make it a percent? If you have a decimal, can you change that decimal to a percent, Landon?
Yeah.
How?
Times it by 100.
You multiply it by 100. Always? No matter what?
Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Always. Percent means of 100. Cent means 100. A century is 100 years. Percent means of 100. So if you have a decimal, you can always convert it to a percent by multiplying by 100.
Okay, well, at least I offered, so it counts. I tricked on that one.
Next.
This is probably my favorite page in this whole book.
Why?
If you have a percent, can you make it a fraction?
Yes.
The answer is yes. The first step, if you have 78%, 78%, what did I just tell you that everything is out of? 100. So what do you do, Maddie?
Divide by 100.
Divide it by 100. Or really, not necessarily divide it, right? You make the percent is the numerator, and 100 is the denominator. And you should always, whenever you have a fraction, simplify. If you have a percent and you are going to change that percent to a fraction, the percent is your numerator over 100. Always over 100, because 100 percent, cent means 100. What if you have a percent? How would you change a percent to a decimal? How?
You also divide by 100.
You would divide by 100. I don't know.
See, look.